How's it going, guys? Mike here on the Tressa Collectibles channel. Joining me today is Randall. And today we are going to be featuring our RWBY decks that we deck built on our previous videos. I'm going to be using the 8 standby list I brewed up, and then Randall is going to be using his 8 gate deck that he put up on his video. So we're gonna see how this works. This is our initial builds that we just came up with, and then we're gonna play a game with it and see how it goes.
Yeah. So the plan is, unlike our normal schedule where we usually just make a deck profile right off the bat, our plan with these particular decks is to we have the deck building video up already. Do some test games, and then we're gonna outline our thoughts as well as look at some potential changes as well after we have done some testing.
Yeah, RWBY definitely is a set that looks to have a lot of different builds available. Unlike our previous English original 7 Deadly Sins, there weren't too many Climax combos that were actually relevant in terms of competitive viability. So it did not take us long for us to figure out kind of like what was, a pretty decent solid build. But for RWBY, there's, I think, a lot of different possibilities, a lot of really, really good card choices that we want to test out. So that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys haven't checked it out already, go check out our deck building videos. That's also where we go through our thoughts on the Climax combos and how we approach deck building, and also relevant to how we are going to approach the strategy for piloting our decks.
Yep. Link for that will be in the description, so go ahead and check that out. But watch the game first.
Or watch that first and then watch the game. Either way.
Or yeah.
Watch both.
Yeah. Just make sure you watch both.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Alright, so I'll be going first. Ooh, this hand's not bad.
This hand is also not bad.
Alright, I'm going to start by discarding 2.
I'll discard 3.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going first, draw for turn. I will start by clocking level 3 gate. Wow, this is looking pretty good to start. We're going to start with the Pure level 0 with her on reverse Rize effect. And we're going to direct for 2.
Okay.
Cinder level 1. All ready for me to grab with my Salvage Ricky turn 2.
Alright, draw for turn. Oh man, this hand is really good. I'm going to clock... Okay, I need to clock red here because I want to play standby. So in that case, I think I'm going to clock the RWBY. Normally I want to open with this RWBY, but since I'm going to be standbying out stuff, the mill runner is going to get a bit less value. And also, I would rather clock the RWBY than the Pure because I do want to start working on her to a less early condition. Alright. We're gonna play... Actually, so we're gonna play the Pura against his Pura, I think, and then... I just drew another one, so I'm just gonna play her anyways. On play mode 2, she gets 1,000. So I have several choices here. I can either reverse her Pure with my RWBY and then standby in the front, so it's kind of like a big wall for him to try to deal with. Or I can tie the Pura and then standby in the back row, and then RWBY has free reign to run wherever she wants. I think for the sake of trying to increase the probability that my RWBY lives, I'm going to play it like this, and then I'm going to standby in the back row. So I'm going to go ahead and play standby. Standbying out the 1/1 RWBY that I discarded on the mulligan, and then I'm going to go ahead and direct here for 2.
1, 2, take 2.
And then I'm going to front. We are tied in power.
Yep.
For 2.
Cancel.
Okay. On reverse, I can look at up to the top 3 cards of my deck, and if I do look at any, choose one random character, add it to my hand, and discard a card. So I'm going to add the level 1 Adam, and I'm going to discard my level 0 Blake, and then her second on reverse ability, if I have 2 or less memory, she goes to memory.
Alright, and then I'm going to do the same, so I'm going to do my top check 3, 2, 3. Both of these are pretty good. So I want to think about here is like, do I need the Mercury soon rather than later? And I think I will be using the Mercury soon, so I'm going to pick him up.
Okay.
And for my discard, I think I'll drop the Raven level 1.
Okay.
And then my Pure is also going to go to Memory.
Alright, your go.
Alright, draw for turn. What the? Okay. Alright, well, I don't know if I actually need this right now, so I think I'm going to clock Zwei.
Mm-hmm.
You can come back later.
Doggo.
And I'm going to go with playing Amber, using her Salvage Ricky effect, pay 1, clock the top card of my deck, salvage a level 1, or no, sorry,
salvage
any remnant character.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab Cinder level 1.
Yeah, so this effect can actually be pretty useful. Let's say you're at level 2, 5, clock your 2, 6, and then clock yourself, salvage to level 3, and then go to 3.
Yeah.
Pretty
All right.
flexible.
I'm going to play another Amber.
Okay.
These get 1k power during my turn, so they are 3k. I'm also going to play the Climax swap or Ruby.
Oh no, my Ruby's dead.
On play, I get to look at the top card and either top or mill. I'm going to mill it. Looks like that Mercury's coming in pretty good. Global 500 power.
Yep.
So that Ruby is...
My Ruby is
Mega
donezo. But that's all fine. He had to dedicate more cards to kill my runner.
Right.
Yeah.
But like the idea is that because I am like tri-fielding with the Amber, with the Salvage Ricky, and then I also have like a really, really good hand set
Follow-up
up
turn?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah, very powerful.
Like you look at my hand and like I have 5 cards in my hand. I'm literally just playing these 5 cards next turn. So
Right.
I'll go to attack phase. You do have the option to mill, even though that Ruby's pretty dead.
I'll mill just because I want to go through my deck faster. Every card might count.
All right, we're gonna start with the 1 here for 1.
1's good.
And then the 2 with the Amber for 2.
1, cancel.
And then another 2 for 2.
1, cancel.
What the heck is going
Interesting.
on?
Okay, I'll stand for turn and draw. Okay, that's honestly as good of a draw as we could have asked for. What am I playing? So I'm attacking with the Ruby, gonna be playing this Lyran. And I think I'm gonna play the James too. So I'm gonna clock the Atom. And draw 2. Okay. So order of operations, I do plan on brainstorming this turn, so I'm going to play James first. And then I'll discard another James. So for the top check effect, and then I can salvage a level X or lower. So it's a level 0, so I'll salvage a level 0. I'll go ahead and just grab back James.
James is such a good card, man.
And then, I think I want to discard James to draw the Ruby. The reason why I'm doing that is because the Ruby will actually be able to kill one of his characters. Right now, my board is not able to kill all 3 of his characters, and I also want to mill 1 extra so I can get 1 card closer to brainstorming. So I'm going to play the Ruby Mill Runner. I'll play Mill 2. Oh no, I should have brainstormed. That's tragic.
+0 power. Yikes.
Ooh, that's not good. I mean, we can still kill everything, because the Nora will help us gain additional power. Then we'll have the Lyran here.
Yeah, the Ruby will unfortunately have to tie in this case, though.
Yes. Yeah, they'll have to tie over here. Oh wait, no, they're all 2/5.
They're all 2/5, yeah.
Yeah, she gets 1k on your turn. Okay, well, that's about it for me. I'm gonna brainstorm. Whiff. Alright, let's start swinging. I'm gonna front here for 1. 1.
Take the 1.
Okay, and then when I reverse my battle opponent, one of my other characters reverses their battle opponent, I can get 500, so I'll give 500 to the Ruby here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and front with the Lyran. When I have when I have another remnant character, he also is a clock bomb. So it's front for 1.
Oh, so I hope I take this then. Hey!
Oh, I totally forgot. Oh, I messed up.
Alright, so for here, I do have red that I can level for 1. But God, these cards are so good.
Don't do what I just did, guys. That's literally what you don't want to do.
Right, so I'm going to level my Cinder, and then since I now have no cards in clock, since damage processing does happen before characters battle.
Yep. So I don't have anything for him to heal off of since he has no clock, so the Lyran doesn't activate. All right, this is a perfect showcase to see what happens when you don't attack properly. Attack order matters, guys. Honestly, I don't think it's very important for me to kill his guys because he's just gonna refill his board. And at this point, I think I'm a bit more concerned about just taking little damage because I'm already 6 out. So I'm just gonna side here. Side for 2.
1, 2. Take the 2.
Okay, and then Lyran on death, I can pay 1 and look at up to the top 3 cards of my deck. And if I do look at any, I will clock 1.
So this is just like the Alice from Alicization
Volume 1, yeah. And if I do, I can salvage a character. So I'll salvage a level 1 Atom. Alright. Okay, and your go.
Okay, over to me. Draw a card. And then as he said, I'm not really... It doesn't really matter that he lets this live if I'm planning to like just play specific cards from my hand onto the board. So I need to think about how many cards I'm going to end with here. If I play 2 combo and play nothing else, I'll end turn with, and I don't clock. I will go up to 5 hand with potential to trigger a gate and go up to 6. So the question here is, do I want to clock? And I think the answer is no. Because like I'm not going to be able to get through like all this deck right now. So I don't want to disturb the state of my deck too much at the moment. So I think I'm just good with chilling like this. So I'm going to not clock. And I'm going to play 2 copies of Cinder. On the first one, I'm going to use her on-play effect, sending Amber to memory if I have 2 or less memory. We'll play the second one, and then we will rearrange the
is there not a world where you play the Cinder over the Amber and then send her to memory too?
I don't think it's worth getting a -1. I'm not in a huge rush to get a 3rd memory, and then I have like multiple ways to do it, either by when I play the 2/1 support, or even just sending a Pyrrha to memory, because we only need 1 Amber. So
yeah, sounds reasonable to me.
This is fine already. All right, so currently the Cinder, she gains 2k on my turn, and with the Climax, that's going to bring her up to 6k, 6/5 with Mercury. So the hope, I guess, is that if I trigger a gate, I will have enough attack power to swing over the RWBY 1/1. But we'll see. If we don't get a gate, it's probably fine. It means we have more Climaxes in our deck to cancel with, potentially, or like hit on Brainstorms later.
Right, so he's going to be looking to attack the middle lane last. So he has more chances to trigger.
Yes, exactly.
I'll not mill.
Okay. We're going to go in with the direct first. I want the 3 to stick so that Mike has less information about like overflow damage. So if I hit him to exactly 7 damage, then he has to choose from one of the 7 and not have any overflow to choose from. Oh, but we trigger, so
1, 2, 3, 4 level.
Okay, so thankfully the extra card is just yellow, and he doesn't really care about yellow anyway, so he can just level whatever he wants.
I'll level my RWBY runner and then proceed.
Okay. Next, we will front attack with the Cinder on attack. Climax combo, mill 1, 1. And I think given the context of the deck I'm playing against, I'm going to take this opportunity to get my Neptune bomb back, since I know that his deck involves part of the game plan of bringing out the Pyrrha at level 2. And then that card is super annoying, especially if he gives it Encore with the level 2 John, so this will be our answer to that. And this is going to be for 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 is good.
Okay, so given that you're out 6, you said, right?
I'm out 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So given that you're out 6,
I have
How many
4
of
cards
each?
left.
How many of each Climax in waiting room?
There are 4 Pura, 2 Ruby.
4 Pura. Okay, so that's the number that I wanted to hear. Because if he has 4 Pura in waiting room, that means he's not holding one in hand to potentially use at level 2. So that means I think there's probably 2 Climaxes left in his 4-card deck. So I think actually side attacking here gives me a higher chance to stick 1 damage as opposed to a higher chance of 2 getting canceled. And I'm also not big enough anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with the side here. Okay. We're going to use the combo, milling a 0. So I get to salvage a 0. And the 0 I'm going to get is our good old boy's Y.
Doge. Okay.
And this is going to be a side attack for... Oh,
no.
I mean, like...
Yeah, I mean, I think that was... It's hard to look at, hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah.
I think that was definitely the correct play, given, the different reasons you gave out, how I have 4 pairs in waiting, so I'm probably not holding 1. And then also the fact that if I do have 2, and he swings for 2 or higher, that's most likely going to stick, right?
Yeah. So with the gate, I'm going to grab the Blake early play, and then 2k power here with the Mercury.
Alright, so side.
Yeah.
And 1 does go through. Okay. Draw for turn. Alright. So we can clock here and we can go to level 2, which allows us to stand by level 3s, which is not too shabby. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is we're going to clock, putting us at 1-6. We're going to draw 2, and then we're going to refresh 6, missing 2 Ruby Climaxes.
Oh, how many money counters are in waiting room?
The Remnant, the Maiden's event, there are 2 in waiting room.
Okay.
So I'm going to refresh, and then refresh point is going to put me at level 2. So then when I play or trigger standbys, I'll get to start playing level 3s. I know he has an answer to one of my level 3s already, but maybe if we can trigger multiple standbys, he'll have a harder time dealing with all of them. Hang up.
Okay.
Refresh point. Oof.
We got him.
Alright, so I'm going to level. So there is consideration for leveling yellow here, because I do want the ability to hard play my John.
Oh, right.
Level 2.
That yellow does matter in this deck.
Right.
Okay.
But at the same time, that's a really good standby target for me. So maybe not, maybe not.
I mean, you have a Pura in the damage, in your damage as well.
Right, but then the 2/2 can't get affected by by bomb.
Oh, true.
Let's take a look. No, I think I will level yellow anyways. I can probably just put this in the front row, and then if I trigger another standby, I can put that in the back row, maybe. Yeah, we'll roll with this. I want to give myself the opportunity to be able to play Jean hard play. Okay, and then next, I'll go ahead and play an Adam. And I think I want to brainstorm.
Oh, I just realized the fact that you took a Pura Climax as refresh point means you can switch it out with John.
Yep. I do want to brainstorm, I think. Yeah, I'll brainstorm. Get 1. Well, I mean, the John only works if I discard the same Climax.
Right. Yeah,
so that doesn't work.
You can't swap. You have to ditch the.
I have to ditch the same one. Yeah. I have to ditch the choice one standby to get either the choice or the standby.
Oh, okay, back. Right. Yeah. He's not a normal Climax swap. He's like only specific ones. Right?
Yep. Alright, so I'm going to grab... Should I grab another Adam? That is the question.
How many cards in hand right now?
I have 4 cards in hand.
Okay.
It's pretty tempting, honestly. If I play Adam and then... Play Adam, attack with Adam, kill James, and then attack with Adam, kill the other Adam, attack with Ruby. But that means my standby will not really be getting much value if I played this turn. Whereas if I just have this empty back row, then it'll feel pretty nice. I also have consideration for salvaging a Pura because I do need 2 Pura in my memory. No, I'm gonna salvage a Pura. Yeah, because I do want to prioritize getting enough memory. I'll play it like that, and then the Pura will be able to tie his RWBY once I reverse some of his characters through my lower power pump.
So it does have the slight anti-synergy, I guess, with the Atom in that like she's gonna be she's not gonna be a valid like sack target if you want to do something like that.
So yeah, with this line I'm just gonna stack the James, and then I'm going to hold off on playing standby this turn, and then just conserve it for future turns. So I first want to, let's see, attack order. I should probably attack with Atom first, so then I leave the empty row in the back. So that's what I'll do. In terms of positioning, I think this is fine. These are both the same power. So I'll go ahead in front with the Atom, and then I'll activate his effect. On attack, I can kill one of my characters. If I do, reveal the top. And if it's a random character, I add it to my hand, and I trigger. Standby.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, really, really good effect. And if you want to get like optimal use out of the effect, you would attack with like another character, especially one that you like expect to die on the following turn, and then that allows you to get their attack in, and then Atom just sends them to where they were probably bound to go anyways.
Right. And then another line is if I have enough cards in hand, I can attack with the hand encore first, and then attack with Atom, sack the hand encore, and I can just hand encore it back.
And it acts as a filter.
Exactly.
And it's really funny if they counter your hand encore, so then it's like, oh no, my card got reversed. Okay, sack it, bring it back.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so that's going to be for 2.
Okay. Take the 2.
Yep. Alright, and then I reverse the characters. Nora will give 500 to Pura, so now we are tied. And I think I do want to attack here next with the Pura, just in case. Well, let's see. Is there any way you can get rid of my Pura on your turn if I leave it up?
Well, I think attacking with the Pura second means that if you trigger standby here, you can standby into the empty slot, right?
Right. But alternatively, I could always just attack here, and if I trigger standby, I can standby on the Atom, and then the Pura can also live if I attack here first.
Sure.
I wonder which one's the better line. Honestly, let me try to think if he has any way to prevent my Pura from getting reversed. I don't think he runs any Lyra in this deck. So I think for the sake of absorbing damage, I'll attack with the Pura last, and then I'll just leave her to her devices. There is also the consideration that he can side me next turn, and maybe that's annoying. Okay, so there is a world where I think I might RWBY combo next turn, and if I want to RWBY combo next turn, I'll need to get Pura in my memory this turn, since the RWBY Climax combo does activate when I play the Climax, so I wouldn't have a chance to attack with the Pura first and then activate RWBY, since she doesn't actually go into battle. So I'll attack with the RWBY.
Attack with Pura?
With the Pura. So 2/5 to 2/5 front.
Yep.
For 1.
Take the 1.
Okay, and on reverse, I can. Well, here's another consideration. Do I even want to use the effect of the mill 3? I think I do. Okay, so these are definitely cards.
Why do I smell a standby coming up next attack?
Alright, so I'm going to grab the Blake, and then I'm going to discard a standby. And then I'll activate her second effect. On reverse, if I have 2 or less memory, I can send it to memory. So this does finish my condition for the level 3 RWBY combo. And then I'll give 500 to the 1/1 RWBY, and then front for 2.
Oh, please, can I cancel? Yes! Thank you.
Alrighty. That ends my turn.
Okay. Alright, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in waiting room, 1 in stock, draw for turn. That's a good card to draw. Alright, so let's think about what's going on here. So I have 9 in deck. 9 in deck. Do we want to clock here? Probably, because we can afford to. We've got 5 cards in clock right now. We can just kind of chill for a little bit. Do I clock that? Adam, what am I doing to your board this turn? Probably not much. Do I want to be able to kill the Adam? Kill your Adam? There's like nothing good here to clock, man. I'm like pretty sure that like if I brainstorm here though, I would hit 1, probably. If not, then I draw 1, which I'm also probably okay with. So I'll clock Adam, draw 2. Alright. So now I will do a brainstorm. So we'll pay the Climax out. And hit 1. Okay, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in waiting room right now. Let's take a look at which Climaxes were out. 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of level 3 Climax. And 3 of the level 1.
Okay.
So what is the plan here? What are we grabbing? I think... What is the plan? I also need to consider if I want to try to mill these last 3 out or if I just want to chill. I'm kind of okay with chilling, to be completely honest, and just like gambling on the 2 out of 3 to trigger a gate and it not being on the bottom and I can get a +1 off the gate. This lets me just get like a nice normal refresh. Yeah, let's try it. So off this salvage brainstorm, I'm actually gonna get Yang.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play the Yang. On play, reveal a top card of my deck. It is a character, so I'm going to give 2k power to herself.
Okay.
And then we're gonna play another Mercury. So
man!
So that when I trigger this gate, my Yang's gonna get plus 4,000 power. I can kill your 1/1 with that action.
3, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 8, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide which one of these I want to kill. The Atom potentially gives you more value in upcoming turns, so I think I'm gonna kill the Atom.
Yeah, I honestly would probably also kill the Atom.
Yeah,
because the Atom can just give me free +1s, or like free. I have to sack a character, but sacking characters is not very. It's not a big deal when you're playing standby.
Yeah, yeah. So and then another thing, which I haven't told you yet, but Cody and I were talking about this when we were discussing RWBY, is that like if you play Yang, you reveal a gate, right? She doesn't get the power boost.
But then
if you have Mercury,
you get the power boost.
You still get the power boost, yeah.
So, granted, if you're playing 8 gate or like gate variants, right?
Yeah. So exactly in a deck like this, basically. So we're going to go with the. We're gonna go with the direct first.
Okay.
Direct with the Mercury. This is gonna be 4/2.
Yes. So.
Okay. And then we'll front attack with the Amber for 1. Awesome. We did not get gate on last card. We're gonna salvage. Actually, do I want Cinder or do I want the support? Support's not here. We're getting Cinder.
Okay. Can I see what we're doing?
You're both in my clock, yeah. And then with the 2 Mercury's effects, we're giving 2k power to Yang.
Okay. Let me just quickly look through what he has. 2 refresh counters in here, and he has... you just salvaged a level 3 Cinder, right? He has another one here, an early play healer. And then he has his Salem there. He's missing... I don't see the Neo, so he might have the Neo in hand. Alright.
So this is
for
1.
1.
Yep.
1's good.
And then fronting with Yang. This is going to be for...
It's going to be a good old chonky
0085.
Ow.
And then with her clean cut effect, I'll rest my Amber.
Yep. Oh man, that was powerful. Jesus. Bejeebus. Okay.
Your man, Mercury buff. Mercury buff, get in there. Alright, refresh point. Awesome, we have a free fresh counter all ready to go later on. We're going to... I think we're going to level a Cinder level 1. Not really looking to combo too much from here on out. Although, you know what? I could level a Cinder level 2 since the other one is already here, ready for me to potentially pick up. So I think we'll do that.
Okay. Stand and draw.
Yeah, I don't think power is too big of an issue in this particular matchup because you're going to completely ignore my power at level 3 anyways.
Right. Let's see here. I need to see how many cards are left in my deck. Because I am out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 there. So I want to be able to try to refresh this turn if possible while paying out that Climax. So I have 5, 10, 15 cards left in deck. If I clock, I go to 13. Double Brainstorm goes to 5. Attack 3 times goes to 2. Alternatively, clock 13, triple Brainstorm to 1, and then not play a Climax. That's also okay. Triple Brainstorm also helps me pay out that Climax on the very first attack I did last turn. I think the card to clock here... I think I'm going to be clocking this if I don't plan on playing the standby this turn. But if I do plan on playing the standby this turn, I'm going to clock this instead. I think I'll go with clocking the... Okay, I'm going to go for a more... So one thing that is really hurting me right now is the level 3 Neo is in my clock. So I have no way to get that level 3 Neo until she falls into my waiting room on my next deck refresh. Which means my ability to grab more Climaxes on demand is going to be severely hindered. So that being the case, I might want to hold on to this Climax I have. And if that's the case, I don't think I'm going to be able to set up the board where I can use this counter. So I'm going to clock the Maiden's Event and draw 2. Okay. 13 cards in the deck. How do I spend 3 stock efficiently? One, 2, 3. I mean, the alternative line is I just don't really worry about that Climax, but that's not very comfortable either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think either way I'm going to brainstorm, so I'm going to start with the tap self brainstorm. It whiffs. Okay.
Gonna take a look at waiting room, please.
Yep.
All right. What we got here? 3 Pyrrha, 1 Ruby.
Okay. Next, we're going to use the Blake Brainstorm. She's a spammable Brainstorm for every Climax I hit. I can search my deck for 1 and discard 1. I whiff.
Where are they?
Okay. This is interesting. Ooh, I am not in a great position here. I think what has to happen here is I just need to accept the fact that I can't refresh well. And I would rather pay out that Climax than leave myself with a couple of damage in my deck. So I'm going to Blake again. Paying out this Climax and then mill 4. Hits 1. So I'll search the Ruby and then I refresh my deck. I'm missing 2 Ruby combos.
Okay.
Going back to 6.
Oh, can I check the waiting room one more time real quick?
Sure.
Actually. All right, so I believe all of the money counters are accounted for. There's 1 in clock. There's 1 here, 2 here. And I also want to look for Salem. She's not here. Where is she? Cards in hand?
I have 6 in hand. Oh, 7, and then I'm discard a card.
Okay.
Oh, go down to 6.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay. There you go. Okay, and for my discard, I'm going to discard a level 3 Ruby and refresh. Ah!
Hey.
Stop! Okay, I'm gonna put the ruby here because I want to clock kick the amber, so so Randall will have less opportunities to send the amber to memory potentially. And I think that's all there is to it. Now, in terms of positioning, I want to put my Blake here, and then I can give 1,000 to herself, which will let me reverse the Mercury. So the attack order will be front here with a ruby, and then 500 here, and then the Blake will front for 2-5 against his 2k. Okay, sounds good to me. Play standby, standbying out the ruby I discarded, and then I'm going to activate ruby's effect. Since I have 2 or more Pyrrha when I activate the climax, I'm going to burn 3 and clock shoot the amber.
Okay, so it's burn 3 first, yeah?
I believe it's burn 3 first. Yeah,
Alright,
burn 3, and then choose one level 3 or lower character in front of it, and then goes to clock. Now I'm going to start attacking front here with my ruby for 2.
1, 2, take 2.
Okay, on reverse, I'll give 500 to my Blake, and then... Oh, I should have stressed 1,000 from her own effect.
Yep.
And then, so she's going to be fronting for 2-5. Pain. 2.
Take.
Okay, your go.
Okay, so these are both dead. Stand and draw. Alright. I think, unfortunately, a play where I go for 2 early plays and the bomb does not work here because I don't have blue. So I'm gonna have to get rid of one of them. I mean, I'm just gonna run that ruby over probably this turn anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. And he wasn't able to get Pyrrha out, which was the main reason that I wanted to use this. So we'll clock draw 2. And then, so the plan for me here is probably just early play. Oh my god, my deck is so small.
How many are?
1.
Oh my goodness.
So I kind of don't want to brainstorm here either. What do I want to go for? So looks like the play is 1 early play plus this plus this. The board's not exactly huge.
It is not.
So we'll start with the play I'm going for sure, which is early playing a Blake. And I'm gonna discard a climax to heal the stock.
Okay. So he's not going for the double early play then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because he healed down, healed off blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think it's fine.
I don't think it's too big a deal. I
Yeah.
can just heal at 3, I think.
Chances are, since you're so compressed, you're probably gonna double kill triple cancel next turn anyways.
That is the idea. I do have to worry about Salem though. Salem is a problematic card. I think I might brainstorm after all, just out of respect for Salem, because I did not see it earlier. So we'll go with, I'll go with Nora Brainstorm first, hitting 1.
Okay.
And then off that, I'm gonna grab a Cinder level 3.
Prepping up your level 3 game.
Yeah. And then after that, we're going to follow up with a Zwei, the goodest boy. I'm going to use his Mill 2 effect first. We did not hit a climax. So we've got
4 cards left,
4
and you're
left.
4 out?
Yep.
I'll have to imagine 1's in hand. Probably the level 3 combo.
So I need to think about what comes next.
Where are the other 3? Because I would imagine that you probably discard a... What would you discard a climax, or would you play a climax? Yeah, so... To my knowledge, I think he most likely has 2 or 3 climaxes left in deck, depending on how the rest of his turn goes.
Okay, I will use the drop salvage effect. Pay 1, I'm going to discard an amber, and I'm going to grab... I'm going to grab Salem.
Okay.
just as a good potential option for the future.
And then 1,000 to the Blake.
Yeah, 1,000 to Blake with the drop salvage, and then I'm gonna play Pyrrha.
Ooh, nice play here.
And this is gonna be our way to, you know, not have an super awkward situation here with these climaxes.
Right.
And then if we trigger gate on first attack, then that's fine. That means we get extra 2k power here,
and then also a
plus
selective plus
one card. We do need to rearrange the field a bit since she does need to crash. We're going to be crashing in right there into the 1/1. And looks like we're all good to go. So I'm going to start by fronting. And we do get the gate.
As expected, pretty likely.
With that, I'm going to grab the third Cinder.
Okay. And that's for
So
1.
this is for 1.
1 is good.
And then we're going to use her effects. So she does go to memory as well. And then we'll use her effect to go through the top 3. And these should be 2 gates. And we'll grab Crow.
So you're missing 1 Cinder?
I'm missing...
level 3 Cinder?
2 Cinder.
2 Cinder, okay, yeah. So you're going back 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 Cinder, level 3, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we know his hand is just 3 Cinder, 1 Salem, most likely 1 Neo because I haven't seen that card in a while, and also a Climax, and then he's also going to have that refresh counter.
Yeah. Also, oh yeah, 2k here.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty good info on his hand, but you know, there's not much we can do about it.
Yeah. It's basically just trying to get myself into a state that doesn't get completely screwed over by Salem, since that is a super strong card. So I'll add this, and then I'm going to discard a Yang drop search.
Okay.
And then take refresh point.
All right.
Okay.
And then I'll give 500 here, or
Sure.
Yeah, should.
Sure. All right. Front attacking here, she gets 1k per my back row, plus the 2k from here, plus 500, plus 1k, so she's
11,
12,
14, wait, 11, 12, 12, 5, 14, 5, 15, 5?
11, 11, 5,
Uh-huh.
13, 5, 14, 5.
11, 11, 5. Oh, yeah, 14, 5. Yeah, 14, 5.
Okay. Front. Gate. Okay.
Yep. 2's good. Level. Well, I don't have blue, except for Neo. I'm definitely not leveling Neo, because otherwise there's no point in leveling blue.
Looks like I might end up in the same situation as you.
Alright, Lyra, you're gonna get in there.
Okay, and then when I reverse your Ruby, I'll give 500 to Zwei. So he's fronting for... Oh, actually, hold on. When I trigger this gate, I can give 2k here.
Oh, yeah, sounds good.
Hey, all right. So...
Big Dog.
Big Dog, 5k for 2.
Yes. Okay. And these are reversed. Not on coin. Draw for turn. Okay. Yikes. Okay, so he's 5 out. Or no, he's 3 out. Might have to just try to kill him this turn, honestly. Because I am not in a great position to survive next turn, I think. Because I'm already 3 out. I triggered 1 too, so I'm already 4 out. I still have 1 in hand from last refresh. And I have a big chunk of deck.
The big issue that I see from this position running the RWBY deck is that it's really hard on you to go for like an early kill attempt turn because it leaves you with actually nothing.
Yeah, so I have to have a pretty good early game leading up to that so that I have enough resources to still have like a decent amount of stock.
Yeah, because her combo doesn't actually attack, so you're not generating stock.
Exactly. I'm gonna clock, draw 2. Yay. Alright, we're just gonna proceed with this plan, heal off the Climax. And then clock shoot his guys and hope for the best.
Not my Zwei.
you did this to yourself. Does standbying the John make any sense? I don't really think this extra power, if I do standby here, I don't think it'll actually do anything, because they're only 12-5, and the Cinders are just gonna be 12-5 anyways. Maybe I go for standbying a RWBY, maybe go for the double whammy, but I don't have a Neo, so I can't salvage my RWBY combo. And I already have 3 out here. Ay, ay, ay. I think I'll just stand by the John after all. Let me triple check. Yeah, there's really nothing useful here, I think.
You're not running the Weiss back row, are you?
Nope. This build is running the John back row.
Okay.
There's just not room. Like I mentioned in my deck discussion video, there's no room for both. I think that's it. Yeah. Play the standby. Standby out the John. Activate RWBY. So burn 3 and then clock shoot.
1, 2, cancel. I have blue. We did it.
And then tap. Burn 3.
Oh
clock
my.
shoot. And then I will direct here for 2. Oh, that did not work out. Are you out of Cinders? Oh wait, no, you have a Cinder. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm in trouble.
All right, draw for turn. All
Well,
right.
that went a lot worse than I hoped. I was hoping to at least stick one of the 3s.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to clock. I did just cancel 3 like off the top basically, so I want to get through the deck a little bit.
Right, and then your Cinders heal you anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna start with the Yang drop search.
Yep.
She's gonna get us the last piece we need. We're gonna discard the Neptune, and we're gonna
Gab that
secure
2
ourselves
level 2
the
support.
2/1 Cinder. It's gonna make our board absolutely massive.
Pretty large, yeah.
Like he brought out the John, and he's like saying like, "Oh, they're gonna be 12-5 anyway," but nah, we're gonna
Make
seal
him
the deal.
Yeah, guarantee the kill.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. In the interest of retaining our power lines, instead of playing over Mercury, we're going to play over Nora. And then, wait, not 2 stock.
Yeah, you pay 2 stock there,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then I was like, wait a minute, where did my stock go? Okay. Yeah. Now we triple Cinder, and then each one of these heals on play.
Yep.
And then as long as I have an Amber Fall Maiden in memory, which I do, she gets plus 3k power, so they are 11 base. And then with the support from the Cinder back row, they go up to 13-5 with Mercury. And then at the start of Climax phase, I'm also going to be able to choose one of my characters and give it 1500 power until end of turn. So we're going to give it to the middle one. And the idea here is that, actually, so I think as far as order goes, yeah, I think we're just fronting everywhere. But there depends on damage numbers whether or not I would side here, I guess. In order to give myself more options here, I'm probably going to attack with the buff one first, and then this one second, and then this one last.
Okay.
And then attacking with this one first. This is the one that I can guarantee the kill on, even through a counter. But this one, because it's going to be 14-5, attacking with this second gives me more chances to potentially trigger a gate to use Mercury buff. And let's go.
Okay.
So, going to start with a front attack here for... Oh yeah, and then power here.
Yep.
So this is going to be for 14-5, for 3.
1, 2, 3. 3's good.
Okay, and then my Climax combo on reverse, burn 1.
Burn 1.
Send your character to the top of the deck.
Okay.
Now we will go for the front attack here. So this one is for... This one's 14k. So wait, this one was 15-5. This one's 14-5. Right? 11...
No, this one was bigger than 14-5, wasn't it? 11, 13, 13-5, 14-5, and then you gave it 16.
This one was 16. Okay, yeah. So this one was 16. This one's 14-5.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is fronting. So I am within counter range. And this is for 3. He's just dead.
Yep.
Oh, you finally got blue though.
I did. Yeah, there was consideration to use the money counter on the first attack, but I don't think it could have lived either way. And if I did money counter, I don't know if I could even have killed you, because I don't have any pushing damage if I use 3 stock.
Right, and then, yeah, you actually just like you have 0 stock to try to deal.
I think I was in a lose-lose position there. I think like if I wanted to not die, I should have used the event there. But that also means there was no way I was going to live, or there was no way that I was going to be able to kill you next turn anyways.
Right.
I think that was kind of a game where my demise was kind of just like a long time coming in terms of it kind of snowballed out of control in terms of just poor refreshes for a couple turns, and then refreshing climaxes and triggering climaxes, and then I just couldn't really stick enough damage, especially because I RWBY comboed I think 3 times, and I don't think any of those stuck, and those basically ate up my attacks, right?
Right.
And I didn't generate any stock by using that as either. But yeah. Let's see. Initial thoughts on this deck. It's kind of hard to utilize the Maidens event, especially if my opponent prepares for hard removal, like the 1/1 that he had in hand in anticipation of my level 3 Pyrrha. Since the Maidens event does need a full board, if he does have ways to remove my board, such as the Cinder that top decks or the bottom deck bomb, then this card is basically useless. I think the level 1 is pretty good. I think the level 0 is also pretty good. I think RWBY level 3 is really strong, but I think getting there is kind of the problem here. I'm just not quite... Yeah, I think the first thing I want to consider is maybe reconsidering the position of this card in the deck, but I think that kind of needs a bit more testing. How about yourself?
So far, I think I'm pretty happy with what the deck's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the idea that I had going into this deck's late game is that like pretty much everything is like super cheap because
Mm-hmm.
they don't require any external resources to actually resolve.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically just like you look at your stock, you see you have enough stock, you just do it, right?
Right.
So it has a very simple play style in that respect, and then also just not this one, the Blake. Like this at level 2
Mm-hmm.
is actually just like such a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And like especially if you're able to develop like multiple.
Yeah, the Cinder back row really just helps you just power through a lot of other early plays that they might have or hand on course or whatever. You're gonna get to really insane levels of power even without playing any sort of like climax at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this card's actually just like such a good support.
Yep.
So I think one thing that about your deck anyway, or at least playing against your deck, you really have to be careful about how much damage you're dealing to your opponent in the mid game, because you do need to be afraid of Pyrrha at 2. So one thing that you really want to do with normal 1k1 decks is to like mill down to that point where you have exactly 1 card left in deck, right? But if you happened to push your opponent to 2, right, and you had 1 card left in deck, they're gonna drop a Pyrrha on you, and then your deck is gonna look like this.
Yeah. Ideally, Ideally, I could have played a Pyrrha combo this game, but that's just what happens when we don't draw the climax. But the potential is definitely there. So yeah, I think my conclusions as far as this game goes, obviously we'll need a bit more testing, but I think my conclusions is that one, the Maiden's counter is really hard to use, especially since my RWBY level 3 combo doesn't really generate stock, and it's kind of hard to keep board unless they're not playing any kind of sort of hard removal. And then another thing is I might not have enough ways to have blue. But maybe it might have just been that game I needed to prioritize leveling blue sooner. But right now the deck is at a place where like I'm actually pretty greedy with my other 2 colors, because I technically do want yellow and I also for sure want blue. So it might not be worth playing the John, or I might want to consider standbying out the John, and then just not have to worry about the yellow color anymore. So at level 2, maybe I can just more freely level blue for James. Because like for example in that game, even if I Could get Neil. I didn't have any blue to level at level 3, so I just went without blue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think fixing up some of the color issues, and then also reconsidering the role of Maiden's event, or I think are my next steps to go with this deck.
Yeah, I think because I sent you my interpretation of 8 standby.
Mm-hmm.
So my approach was a lot less focused on the Pyrrha. I only ended up running 1 copy of Pyrrha. I haven't tested it, of course, but I only ran 1 copy of Pyrrha, and then instead of John, I was running 2 copies of Weiss.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And the idea was that I was basically utilizing RWBY's high base power, 11k, right? When you back that up with Weiss, it makes it so that you're able to just use that to control board at 2 and not have to use combo to try to remove things, because one big thing that I noticed in this game was that when I present huge threats that RWBY can't get over through normal attacking, ideally you would just like to attack over this. That would allow you to generate the stock, at the same time not have to commit combo, but committing the combo forces you to run lower on resources. So I think that in my interpretation, by instead just utilizing RWBY's high base power at 2 and then just using that to just control the board, and then I get to play normally, then it leads into an end game where you have more stock to potentially use this.
Right. I think my idea of trying to win the board was just in terms of I want to try to get Cinders out, and then by having Pyrrha's out, yeah. By having Pyrrha's out, then it can also support my rubies. Obviously, I didn't get any Pyrrha's out this game, so I can't really say one way or the other. But I think the biggest thing about the John is his color. I think if he was on red, I would very happily play him because I think the hand-on court is really useful. But since I do need blue at level 3, I might need to adjust my opinion of him. But we'll see. No, that's part of testing. So that does it for our very first game on just testing the decks that we built. We'll see you guys in the next one, okay?
Bye.
Bye.